A cordial greeting. Today is Tuesday, November 12, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. At the time of recording this video, it is 6 a.m. local time in Haiti, Jamaica, and Central America, where residents should closely monitor the evolution of a strong tropical wave with a high potential for cyclonic development in the coming days as it moves westward. We have begun early coverage of this developing system because we anticipate that this future cyclone could become a powerful hurricane in the western Caribbean Sea. Additionally, it could bring heavy rains and flooding to southern Haiti, Jamaica, Honduras, and Nicaragua. In the long term, it may impact western Cuba, the Yucatán Peninsula, and eventually the state of Florida. In the infrared satellite image, we can see the tropical wave located south of Haiti, generating scattered thunderstorms for now, and heavy rain is expected over the next 3 days, affecting southern Haiti and Jamaica. It is then expected to approach northeastern Honduras and Nicaragua, where conditions will be highly favorable for the formation of Tropical Storm Sara. The consensus is so strong that all models show hurricane development, and the best models predict a major hurricane at the beginning of next week as it moves toward the Gulf of Mexico. The consensus is so strong that the National Hurricane Center has aggressively increased the probability of cyclonic development. At 1 a.m., they raised the development probability to 70% for waters in the western Caribbean Sea over the next 7 days. And it is very likely this probability will continue to increase throughout today, since by Thursday or Friday, we should see the formation of a tropical depression. Let's take a look at the latest model projections. Last night, I mentioned 2 possible paths, one heading northeast over Jamaica, Haiti, or the Dominican Republic, and another moving into Gulf of Mexico waters, potentially impacting Cuba, the Yucatán Peninsula, and Florida. However, in the early morning model runs, most models suggest a path toward the Gulf of Mexico, increasing the risk for the Yucatán Peninsula, Cuba, and Florida, while reducing the risk for Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. First, let's examine the latest projection from the American GFS model. By Thursday afternoon, it shows a tropical depression forming southwest of Jamaica, with an erratic and slow movement just northeast of Nicaragua and Honduras over the weekend. This model then shows a Category 4 or 5 hurricane developing by Sunday or Monday near northeastern Honduras, then moving toward the Gulf of Mexico between Monday and Wednesday, impacting the Yucatán Peninsula, western Cuba, and Florida. In the latest run, it indicates a Category 2 or 3 hurricane making landfall on Florida's west coast by Wednesday morning. Unlike yesterday, few model members show a northeast track, with most models favoring a north-northwest track, impacting Cuba, the Yucatán Peninsula, and the Bahamas. To give you an idea of how aggressive the models are, here's the projected infrared satellite image according to the GFS model, especially from Sunday, showing the formation of a dangerous and intense hurricane in the Caribbean with a well-defined eye typical of major hurricanes. As the model progresses, it moves north-northwest toward western Cuba and eventually Florida early next week. The European model also shows a tropical depression forming between Jamaica and Honduras early Thursday morning, moving slowly northeast of Honduras and Nicaragua throughout the weekend and early next week, strengthening over time. This model projects a Category 3 or 4 hurricane moving toward the Yucatán Peninsula and western Cuba by mid-next week. What stands out to me is the consensus indicating a likely major hurricane, especially since the European model is usually conservative, and its projection of a major hurricane suggests that conditions in this area will be extremely favorable for rapid strengthening. The European model ensemble also favors this trajectory toward Gulf of Mexico waters, passing near or over the Yucatán Peninsula, western Cuba, and Florida. Additionally, members showing a northeast trajectory, representing the other scenario, have significantly decreased today, so we are confident this will be the future path. The German model also shows a major hurricane approaching northeastern Yucatan by Monday afternoon, while the UK model shows a tropical storm or hurricane impacting northeastern Yucatan between Monday and Tuesday next week. Along with the wind threat from this future hurricane, we are particularly concerned about the heavy rainfall across the Caribbean. Here we have the projected rainfall accumulation animation for the next 7 days according to the American model. Over the next 7 days, particularly this weekend, this model projects 300 to 400 millimeters of rain for southern Haiti and Jamaica, posing a high risk of flooding and landslides. In the eastern parts of Honduras and northeastern Nicaragua, rainfall could reach 350 to 400 millimeters over the next 7 days, especially this weekend and early next week. So, it's important to share this information with friends and family because this situation is concerning for the Western Caribbean. It's essential that everyone keeps track of this tropical wave's evolution. I will continue with special coverage, and I will record a new video this afternoon to update you. Be sure to check if you're subscribed to my channel. If not, Please subscribe and activate notifications to receive updates whenever I upload new videos. With that, I'll say goodbye for now. Until this afternoon, goodbye.